Yugioh
is fucking expensive.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy ThePokéMonarch, and welcome back to another episode of Building on a Budget, my next Yu-Gi-Oh journey. This is episode 11. We're doing episode 11 in the middle of the week because me and Ecorion were talking it over, and we decided that I need to do 3 additional duels because when I started the series, in episode 1, I didn't do 3 extra duels. I just doubled the amount of the base allotment to $6 instead of $3 in the episode 2. So in this episode, I'm not getting a base allotment. What we're doing is I'm going to be doing 3 duels. I'm going to be taking the prize money from that and using it in the weeks to follow. So let's jump into the duels and see what happens. So as I said, we're kind of doing this just as a way to catch up on funding because I did miss out on 3 additional duels. And it's also a way to catch up so that me and Ecorion are actually bringing out the same episode at the same time. So from here on out, episode 12 will be coming out on the same day instead of me being on episode 11 and him on episode 12. But if we jump into this duel, we are actually dueling against Ecorion here, and he's playing Virtual World. So let's go ahead and get started. He goes first. He activates his Virtual World monster, he summons out Nyan Nyan, brings out Lily, brings out Lulu, and then goes into his Synchro monster, sets 2 back row, and ends his turn. So we use cards of consonants and set 2 cards face down. We bring out a Blue Eyes White Dragon to our side of the field, and he uses his Virtual World 2 trap cards. He just flips them over. They don't really do anything right now. But he uses the effect of his, he just spams out a few monsters. He goes into his Synchro, attacks over our Blue Eyes White Dragon that's in defense position, hits us for 3k and 1500. So that ends his turn. Now it's our turn. We use Monster Reborn on his Psyframe monster, and we go ahead and he goes ahead and just banishes that monster, and we give up right there. So let's go ahead and go into duel number 2 of match 1. So in this duel, he goes first again. We let him go first. He brings out Lily, or Lulu, Lily, I don't know. Gigi and Lily, my bad. Then I think he used Lulu to bring itself out. He goes ahead and synchros into Sulkin and brings out Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. From there, brings out Muddy Mud Dragon and goes into the most awesome card in the whole wide world, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. So we go into Link Kuriboh and pass turn. And from there, he activates his spell card, activates the trap. Our Link Kuriboh gets sent to the graveyard, and he hits us for 6k. Now, it's our turn again. So we get a Dark Hole, we attempt to activate it, which gets negated. And then we end our turn right there. So he uses his spell card, and just basically we had no chance in the world against Virtual World, which I'm sure in the beginning when we went against him with our dinosaur deck and then we decided to be rivals, I'm sure he felt that way with the dinosaur deck because I think I OTK'd him twice, I'm not sure. But that being said, that's match number 1. Let's go ahead and go into match number 2. In match number 2, we go first. We bring out Link Kuriboh, and we add the Blue Eyes to our hand, setting a card face down and ending our turn. So he uses his Sage and his White Stone to bring out the Spirit Dragon, banishing our face down spell. And he goes into battle phase, but he uses the quick effect to bring out a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and we Link Kuriboh his Blue Eyes White Dragon. From there, we Monster Reborn our Link Kuriboh, and we pass turn. So he brings out his other White Stone, goes into the Synchro monster, and he attacks into our Link Kuriboh, and we use its effect. Then he ends his turn, and it's funny that this mirror match is kind of like really back and forth. He has a more high-powered Blue Eyes deck, but it's kind of weird how they kind of do similar plays. So he uses his Blue Eyes to bring out his Azure Eyes, and then he draws into his Ritual monster. Brings out a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard and polymerizations into, I don't even know what that fusion monster is called. It's called First of the Dragons. So he goes in, or we go into our Nebula Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon after dark holing their field, and we have to bring out Chaos Dragon Leviathan from there, leaving them with 3,000 attack or 3,000 life points and ending our turn. And we win that one because they surrendered. They didn't really have anything that they could do. In duel number 2 of match 2, we actually go first, and they bring out their, or we bring out our White Stone of Ancients, bring out a Link Karibo, and bring out a Blue Eyes White Dragon. From there, we end our turn, and they use Melody, they use Dragon Shrine, they get rid of our Blue Eyes with their Blue Eyes alternative, bring out Spirit Dragon of White, we activate Silver's Cry, bringing out our own Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then they bring out their Deep Eyes, Blue Eyes, whatever. Our turn, we activate Cards of Consonance, and we activate Melody, adding 2 to our hand. We summon out the alternative, we pop their alternative, bring out Twin Burst, use Silver's Cry, and we attack over both of their monsters and hit them for 3k damage and 300. We end our turn from there, we summon out another Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then they draw a Chaos form, they use their Melody, they add 2 monsters, or they add 2 monsters. They go ahead and bring out their Twin Burst, they bring out their alternative, they bring out their Chaos Max, and we use Link Karibo to make it 0, and then we use Honest against their monster. They hit us for 2,000, and they end their turn. So we attack over their Ritual monster with Honest to win that duel. So that's 1 match down, that's $3 in the bank for us. Let's go ahead to duel number 3 and figure out what happens. So match number 3, we're going against Deskbot. So they start off, they bring out Deskbot 003, go into 002, they activate their Pendulum Scales, pendulum out 2 monsters, 003 and 004, and they pass turn. So we bring out our White Stone of Ancient. It sucks, White Stone of Legend. It sucks that we didn't really have much that we could do during this turn. We have a lot to work on with this deck, but I mean, perhaps we'll start winning a few games in the next couple of episodes, hopefully. But because we are going to start adding some power stuff to the deck, I believe. That being said, they go ahead and buff up their monster. I think this Deskbot deck is actually really, really good. But they bring out their Borrelsword, we go into LP, and then we go into our Chaos Dragon Leviathan. We popped their Borrelsword Dragon, and they send a Deskbot, I think, to save their 004. I'm not sure how Deskbots work, but whatever. So we have our Chaos Dragon Leviathan that they attack, and it gets destroyed. Then they bring out their 009 and 002, and they go into their main phase and end phase, and then we draw our Sage, and I accidentally set the Sage face down. This could have been a much different duel had I, not accidentally, because I was playing on the phone, right? And that little set is right next to the little normal summon. So we lose, unfortunately, but let's go ahead and go into game number 2. In game number 2, we go first. We just summon our White Stone of Legend and pass turn. So they go ahead and they actually just activate their field spell and set a card face down. We bring out our White Stone of Legend. We also bring out our LP, and then we attack into them for 300 and 1,000, and we end up passing our turn because there's really nothing else that we could do from there. We bring out a Blue Eyes White Dragon in our end phase though. They draw their Monster Reborn, and they end their turn again because there's really nothing that they have in their hand that could help them. We bring out 2 monsters. We bring out our Triple Burst Dragon. We bring out our Chaos Dragon Leviathan. We tribute summon for our Blue Eyes White Dragon and attack into them for game. It all comes down to this, duel number 3 of match 3. So we have a pretty decent hand. We bring out Alternative Dragon. We use Trade In. And we set 2 cards face down. I believe it was a Super Poly and a Forbidden Chalice, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we go into our they go into their Deskbot plays. They have their level 10 out. It's a pretty strong monster. It can get pretty beefy with enough Deskbot cards on the field. But we Forbidden Chalice it in order to get it to attack into our Blue Eyes alternative and die. They bring out 3 Deskbots by the end of their turn, and we have nothing that we can do because Cards of Consonance sucks ass. So they bring out their Deskbot monster, their next Deskbot monster. They activate the effect of number 2 to add number 3. They normal summon number 3, and they attack over us with 9,500 attack point Deskbot, whatever the heck that is. Let me look at what that card is. It was Deskbot Jet. Yeah, 9,500 attack Deskbot Jet. Isn't that crazy, guys? But that being said, we won 1 duel from this, and we won 1 match before this. So that's a total of $4.50 that we get to add to our allotment. Thanks Ecorion for letting me do this episode so that I could catch up to you and be on episode 12 next week. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on Sunday.